Which of the following characteristics are used by Whittaker for classification of organisms? As we know, mode of nutrition, thallus organization, cell structure, phylogenetic relationship, and reproduction, all of these are used. Moving ahead to the next question, which scientist classified plants into trees, shrubs, and herbs? As we know, it was Aristotle because he classified animals also on the basis of red blood cells and non-red blood cells category. So the next question is, which of the following statements is not correct about methanogens? We know methanogens are archaebacteria. They live in marshy areas, and also we know they are present in the gut of several ruminant animals. So option C is correct. Next question is, which of the following is the smallest living cell and can live without oxygen? So we know according to NCERT the answer is option A, mycoplasma. Now the next question is organisms which do not have nuclear membrane. हमें पता है ऐसे organisms को हम प्रोकैरियोट्स कहते हैं और मोनेरा एक एग्जाम्पल है प्रोकैरियोट्स का. सो ऑप्शन सी इज करेक्ट वन. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज यूकैरियोट्स को व्हिटेकर ने कितने किंगडम में डिवाइड किया है? वी नो उन्होंने 4 किंगडम में डिवाइड किया है, प्रोटिस्टा, फंजाई, प्लांटे एंड एनिमेलिया, बिकॉज मोनेरा इज अ प्रोकैरियोट. Next question is, Protista differs from Monera in having, we know they both have cell wall, flagella and autotrophic nutrition, but because Monera is prokaryote, it does not have nuclear membranes. Option D is correct. Now the next question is, which of the following is found in extreme saline conditions? As we know, Archaebacteria is salt loving, also called as halophiles, so option D is the correct one. Now the next question is, cyanobacteria is useful in agriculture field for crop improvement because ये एटमॉस्फेरिक नाइट्रोजन को इसकी ऑर्गेनिक फॉर्म यानी कि नाइट्रेट या अमोनिया में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. Moving on to the next question, which among the following are the smallest living cell known without a definite cell wall, pathogenic to plants as well as animals, and can survive without oxygen? So answer is mycoplasma. Moving on to the next question, which statement is correct about viroids? So basically viroids, they have free RNA without protein coat. Also they are smaller than the size of virus. They do not have capsid. Now moving on to the next question, Archaebacteria differ from eubacteria, and as we know both have same mode of nutrition, same mode of reproduction, also their cell shape is same but cell membrane structure is different. Moving on to the next question, which is not the characteristic feature of cyanobacteria? We know they are unicellular, they form colonies, they form blooms in polluted water bodies, and also they can fix atmospheric nitrogen. Next question is, photosynthetic pigments of cyanobacteria blue-green algae include chlorophyll, carotenes and xanthophylls. So option D is correct one. Now the next question is, which of the following organisms are known as chief producers in the ocean? इसका आंसर है डायटम्स. और ये होते क्या हैं? ये एक यूनिसेलुलर यूकैरियोटिक एल्गे है जिसकी सिलिका बेस्ड कवरिंग होती है और ये ओशंस में पाए जाते हैं. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, सीलिएट्स डिफर फ्रॉम ऑल अदर प्रोटोजोन्स इन. दोनों में फ्लैजिला है, दोनों में कॉन्ट्रैक्टाइल वैक्यूल है, सीडोपोडिया है, पर सीलिएट्स में 2 न्यूक्लियस प्रेजेंट होते हैं, माइक्रो और मैक्रो, जो इसको अलग बनाते हैं. जेनेटिक मटीरियल इन टोबैको मोज़ेक वायरस इज sRNA, सिंगल स्ट्रैंडेड RNA. और ये कहाँ प्रेजेंट होता है? ये एक प्रोटीन शेल कैप्सिड के अंदर प्रेजेंट होता है. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, वायरॉइड्स डिफर फ्रॉम वायरसेस इन हैविंग RNA मॉलिक्यूल विदाउट प्रोटीन कोट. वायरस में प्रोटीन कोट होता है, वायरॉइड्स में नहीं होता है. Now the next question is, in 5 kingdom classification, the kingdom that includes blue-green algae, nitrogen fixing bacteria and methogenic archaebacteria is option D, Monera. Now the next question is, which of the following statement is wrong? We know cell wall is present in fungi and plantae. Mushroom belong to Basidiomycetes, but pseudopodia are locomotory and feeding structure in amoeba. Now the next question is how dikaryon is formed. Fusion of two haploid cells not always result in diploid cells 2n. So instead एक intermediate state form होती है n+n, 2 nucleus arise होते हैं, वो dikaryon है. Now the next question is association between mycobiont and phycobiont are found in, as we know as per NCERT, the answer is lichens. Now the next question is dash is the most common method of reproduction in bacteria, and answer is binary fission, the process of one cell simply dividing into two cells. So option A is the correct one. Now the next question is based on diatomaceous earth. हमें पता होना चाहिए these are made from the fossilized remains of tiny aquatic organisms जिन्हें हम diatoms कहते हैं, और ये यूज़फुल होते हैं बायोगैस प्रोडक्शन में. Now the next question is based on dinoflagellates. These are considered as algae. ये फोटोसिंथेटिक होते हैं, टेरेस्ट्रियल होते हैं, इनमें फ्लैजिला प्रेजेंट होता है मोटिलिटी के लिए, एंड ऑल्सो दे प्रोड्यूस न्यूरोटॉक्सिन्स. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज क्राइजोफाइट्स आर, सो ऑप्शन ए प्लैंक्टन्स इज करेक्ट. दीज आर ग्रुप ऑफ एल्गी कॉमनली फाउंड इन लेक्स. इनका गोल्डन ब्राउन कलर होता है बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रेजेंस ऑफ स्पेसिफिक फोटोसिंथेटिक पिगमेंट्स. अगेन एक ये बेसिक सा क्वेश्चन है, माइकोप्लाज्मास आर क्लासिफाइड अंडर विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग किंगडम. अगर आपने पढ़ा है तो इसका आंसर आपको पता है, ऑप्शन ए इज़ द करेक्ट आंसर इज मोनेरा. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज विद रिस्पेक्ट टू फंगल सेक्शुअल साइकिल चूज द करेक्ट सीक्वेंस ऑफ इवेंट्स. So as we know, first comes is plasmogamy, second is karyogamy, and followed by meiosis. Now next question is the cell wall is composed of two thin overlapping shells which fit together like a soap case. तो यहाँ पे बात हो रही है ऑप्शन बी डायटम्स की. Now the next question is which of the following is a ciliated protozoan. इसका आंसर बहुत सिंपल है, ऑप्शन सी पैरामीशियम इज द करेक्ट आंसर. इट इज़ अ जीनस ऑफ यूनिसेल्युलर ciliated protozoa. Now the next question is dash is a parasite of large intestine. आपको इसी से समझ आ गया होगा, ह्यूमन बींग के लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन में प्रेजेंट होता है एंटा अमीबा हिस्टोलिटिका यानी कि अमीबा, और इससे कॉज होती है अमीबिक डायसेंट्री. Now the next question is clamp connection is found in. clamp connection एक hook like structure होता है जो कि hyphal cells of certain fungi belonging to the class of Basidiomycetes द्वारा फॉर्म किया जाता है. Moving on to the next question, casual organisms of sleeping sickness and kala azar belong to which of the following groups of protozoan protists? So the answer is B flagellated protozoans. Now the next question is which kingdom does not have members with cell walls? So correct answer is Animalia because they simply have a cell membrane but no cell wall. Now the next question is which class of organisms is characterized by the presence of feathers, beaks and ability to lay hard shell eggs. हमें पता है feathers, beaks और hard shells होते हैं, ऑप्शन डी birds के. Moving on to the next question, which kingdom includes organisms that lack a true nucleus. हमें पता है प्रोकैरियोट्स में true nucleus present नहीं होता, so option B Monera is the correct answer. Now the next question is organisms living in salty areas are called option B हेलोफाइल्स, और ऐसे ऑर्गेनिज्म का एक एग्जाम्पल है आर्के बैक्टीरिया. मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, मेन कंपोनेंट ऑफ सेल वॉल ऑफ फंजाइज. इसका आंसर है काइटिन because chitin provides protection and strength to the fragile bodies of these organisms. Moving on to the next question, cenocytic mycelium is, as they are mycelium where the hyphae lack septa, so these are multinucleate and aseptate and found in the algal fungi. Now the next question is, virion is, as we know, it is completely assembled virus outside the host body. So option D is the correct one. Moving on to the next question. Who crystallized and isolated viruses for the first time? According to NCERT, as we know, W.M. Stanley was the first one to do so. Now the next question is, an association between the roots of higher plants and fungi is called. I am expecting you know this answer, kids. So the answer is C, mycorrhiza. Moving on to the next question, which is the incorrect statement regarding mycoplasma? They lack cell wall, they are the smallest living cells, they are pathogenic in plants and animals. Also, they can live without oxygen. So C is the correct. Now moving on to the next question, which of the following is an example of amoeboid protozoans? So the answer is D, enta-amoeba, completely known as enta-amoeba histolytica. Now the next question is, which of the following pairs come under the group chrysophytes? As we know, option C, diatoms and desmites are classified under chrysophytes. The most abundant prokaryotes helpful to humans in making curd from milk and in production of antibiotics are classified as heterotrophic bacteria. Moving on to the next question, food can be kept for longer time in cold houses than in normal conditions because, as we know, bacterial multiplication is reduced. So if the bacteria divides once in half an hour, at 30 minutes we see 2 bacteria, in 1 hour we see 4, in 2 hours we see 16, in 3 hours we see 64, so in 4 hours it will be 256. Moving on to the next question, which of the following component enables archaebacteria to survive in extreme conditions? So it is because of the cell wall of archaebacteria it can survive the extreme conditions. Now moving on to the next question, fungi are filamentous with the exception of X, which is unicellular. As we know, yeast is unicellular, so correct option is A. Moving on to the next question, which of the following fungi are known as imperfect fungi? So imperfect fungi are those which can engage only in asexual reproduction, and the option D, Deuteromycetes, is the correct answer. Now the next question is, plasmogamy is the fusion of, so as we know, option B, 2 haploid cells without nuclear fusion is plasmogamy. Moving on to the next question, Ustelago causes plant disease called smuts because, as we know, their affected parts become completely black, so option D is the correct answer for the same. Now the next question is, when a moist bread is kept exposed in air, it becomes moldy and black because spores are present in the bread, which causes the same. Moving on to the next question, yeast is not included in protozoans but are placed in fungi category because some fungal hyphae grow in such a way that they give the appearance of pseudomycelium. So now moving on to the next question, which of the following is our example of Deuteromycetes? A, B, C, all three of them are categorized as Deuteromycetes. Option D is correct. Moving on to the next question, which of the following fungi is a parasite on mustard plant and causes the disease white rust of crucifers? So option A, Albiogo candida, is the correct answer. Moving on to the next question, the wonder drug penicillin is extracted from which of the following species of penicillium? A, Penicillium notatum, and B, Penicillium chrysogenum. Both are the correct options. Now the next question is, in penicillium the asexual reproduction takes place by option D, Conidiospores is the correct answer, as conidiophore, after giving out conidia, germinates into a new hypha. Moving on to the next question, which of the following is used extensively in biochemical and genetic work? So, option neurospora is the correct answer. As we move ahead, which of the following is the parasitic fungi on the mustard plant? As we studied earlier, option A, albugo, is the correct answer for the same. Fungi show asexual reproduction by all of the following kinds of spores like conidia, sporangiospores and zoospores. So, oospores is the option which we need to select. Which class of fungi lacks 6 organs, but the process of plasmogamy is brought about by fusion of two vegetative or somatic cells of different strains or genotypes? So, option bracket fungi is correct. Which of the following is not a viral disease? AIDS, mumps, smallpox and herpes. Influenza are viral disease. So D, cholera is the option which we need to select for the same. Moving on to the next question, a virus can be considered a living organism because it reproduces inside the host body. So option C is the correct one. We need to select that. So the next question is, lichens indicate SO2 pollution because they are sensitive to the SO2. So option C is the correct one. Moving ahead, which of the following shows coiled RNA strand and capsomers? So these are the characteristics of tobacco mosaic virus. So option B is the correct answer. So the next question is, which of one of the following fungi contains hallucinogens? So option B, Amanita muscaria is the correct answer because it contains psychoactive constituents which lead to dizziness, confusion and hallucinogens. Moving ahead to the next question, the motile bacteria are able to move by the help of flagella which are present on the surface of their body. So option B is the correct answer. Moving ahead to the next question, the archaebacteria differ from eubacteria in. So option A, cell membrane is the correct answer because they have similar cell shape, mode of nutrition and mode of reproduction. Moving ahead, which of the following contains insectivorous plants? So option C, Venus flytrap and bladderwort is the correct option for the above question.